I paid $480 for this LEGO Star Wars minifigure lot containing 75 rare minifigures. We will be going over the value of each minifigure one by one to see if this was worth it or a complete waste. Today's video is sponsored by Fig Leaf, but more on them later. Without further ado, let the unboxing begin.
Subscribe to Stud Stash for legendary LEGO videos.
Starting this lot off, we have the original Sebulba minifigure. This minifigure appeared in one set all the way back in 1999, the Mos Espa pod race. Definitely not too common of a minifigure, and he's worth about $11. Next up is another minifigure from 1999, Anakin Skywalker. This version with the brown cap appeared in the Naboo fighter, and it looks like with that little eye twitch, he's already starting to go to the dark side. Next up, we've got an awesome Jedi minifigure, Kit Fisto. This one appeared in two different sets from 2007 to 2010 and goes for around $23 nowadays. He's got a little bit of fading on the headpiece, but if you have a Kit Fisto, you know that this is all too common. Next is another Jedi minifigure, the Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi. This version with the hood and cape is actually exclusive to the 1999 Gungan subset, and he's actually worth around $15. And next up, we have his master, the legendary Qui-Gon Jinn. This is the first version of Qui-Gon ever made, and it appeared in 5 different sets. And it's always good when you can get a master and Padawan duo in the same lot. Qui-Gon is definitely one of the most classic LEGO Star Wars minifigures, and he's worth around $7. Our next minifigure used to hunt Jedi, we have the Sith Trooper. This version appeared in the Sith Fury class Interceptor set of 2012 and is worth around $6. Next up, we have another Trooper minifigure, the Hoth Rebel Trooper. This one has a Han Solo headpiece, so it's not complete, and where is his mustache? Next up, we have an original Scout Trooper. This version is worth around $4 and appeared in 3 different sets. And his visor faceprint kind of looks like a sleeping mask. Next up in the lot, we have a Jedi from the Clone Wars, Luminara. This version appeared in the Battle for Geonosis set of 2011 and is worth around $17. Next up in the lot is a minifigure that I don't think I've ever shown on my channel. This minifigure is Gasgano, who only ever appeared in the Mos Espa pod race set of 1999. When fully complete, this minifigure is worth around $18, but this one is actually broken and missing 2 of his arms. Next is a minifigure that you all know and love. We have Padme from Attack of the Clones. This is a highly sought after version of Padme, and she only ever appeared in one set in 2013, the Republic gunship. Unfortunately, it looks like Anakin may have broken more than her heart here. She has a little bit of damage to the nose. Luckily, this minifigure has 2 different face prints, so it's still worth around $30. Next, we have one of the chillest LEGO Star Wars minifigures ever made, the original Hoodie Han Solo. This minifigure appeared in the Echo Base set of 2009 and is worth around $5. And I love this figure. There's just something about that parka. Next, we've got 2 R2-D2s, and these guys are not in the best condition, unfortunately. One is heavily yellowed and the other is heavily bitten. I'll just be saving their legs for spare parts. Next up, we have another young Anakin Skywalker, but this one's actually different from the one before. Since this one has the light gray cap instead of the brown one, it means it appeared in 3 different sets. Next up, we have a pair of First Order Snowtroopers. These guys are oh gosh. These 2 have commas, meaning they appeared in 2 different sets. And it looks like one of our Snowtroopers may have actually soiled his comma. I don't know what's going on there. Next up, we have our first clone trooper of the lot, the 212 Phase 2 clone. This version is going for around $11 and only ever appeared in the Utapau Troopers pack of 2014. Next up, we have a random Jedi minifigure. All of these parts are actually for the 2013 Republic gunship Obi-Wan Kenobi. But with that derpy face print, this guy just looks like any background Jedi that would have gotten destroyed during Order 66. Next up in the lot, we have 3 battle droids, but these aren't your standard B1s. These are the ones from Geonosis. These 3 will combine for about $14 total. The one with the yellow markings is a battle droid commander that only ever appeared in the 2013 ATTE. Next up in the lot, we have the vintage Hoth Rebel. This one appeared in the original Snowspeeder set of 1999 and is worth around $8. And that yellow head with that reddish brown hair coming down from the helmet is just iconic. Next, we're moving into one of the most valuable minifigures in the entire lot. We have the Slave Leia from the 2013 Sail Barge. At the time of this video, this minifigure is selling on average for $82 in used condition. And while the UCS Sail Barge is confirmed for the end of the year, we have no idea what that Princess Leia will look like. like. I am very curious to see if this one becomes more or less desirable based on what we get with that one. And next we have another pricey minifigure from that 2013 sale barge, the smooth talker himself, Max Rebo. He is currently selling for $80 in used condition, but just like Princess Leia, he is said to be reappearing in that UCS sale barge at the end of the year. And he's another one I'm very curious about. Are we gonna get Max Rebo belly printing or what?
Be seeing ya.
If only there was a way for me to carry Max Rebo with me everywhere I go. And that's where today's sponsor, Fig Leaf, comes in. Fig Leaf is a minifigure carrying system that allows you to take your favorite heroes with you anywhere you go by attaching to almost any piece of clothing. There are 4 different styles of clips to allow you to get really creative with attaching your minifigures. They've deployed international patents and meet all of the basic toy safety standards. I take minifigures with me everywhere I go, and Fig Leaf allows me to take that to the next level. Whether you're going out for a quick run, have some very short negotiations with the Trade Federation, have an upcoming very romantic candlelight dinner,
Whoa, looks like my fans have arrived.
want to show off your favorite fig, or just simply want to dress like a king. With Fig Leaf by your side, there are quite literally endless possibilities. I was really impressed with how the minifigures actually stay on the clips.
Nice.
My favorite has gotta be the hat clip, and that's for obvious reasons. Fig Leaf is currently in Kickstarter phase and will launch there first, so if you guys want to check him out or show some support, you can click the links below. Huge thanks to Fig Leaf for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into some vintage figures with this classic Darth Maul. This one appeared in 4 different sets and is selling for around $10. This one's in really good condition, and Qui-Gon better watch out because that chrome lightsaber is looking really deadly.
No!
Next up is another Sith minifigure, Jar Jar Binks. This classic Jar Jar appeared in 5 different sets and is worth around $4. And the myths are finally true, we are getting a Darth Jar Jar minifigure. Next we have an old Ben Kenobi, but this one is a misprint. His beard doesn't connect on his chin and it looks like he has mutton chops. This isn't too crazy of a misprint, but it's definitely pretty funny. Our next minifigure also has some notable face hair. We have the Rebel Technician. This legend appeared in 2 different sets, and I mean, just look at that mustache.
Stud Stash approved.
Next we have an Ahsoka minifigure. This one appeared in 2 different sets and is worth around $33. Next is an Umbaran soldier, which appeared in one of those same sets that the Ahsoka did. And next up we have this Endor Chad minifigure. It's actually just an incomplete Endor Luke with the wrong head. Next we have another minifigure that was on Endor with Luke, Chewbacca. This is one of the coolest Imperial minifigures we've ever gotten, the Death Trooper Commander. This one only ever appeared in Krennic's Imperial Shuttle of 2016 and is worth around $25 nowadays. And if you are familiar with the rule of 2, you know that there are 2 Sith Lords at any given time. And that is true here because there are 2 Jar Jars. Next is another minifigure from that 2013 sale barge, the Weequay Pirate. I always thought it was interesting that the hair was printed on the back of the head and the back as opposed to being a hairpiece itself. And also from that set we have Jabba, but just his headpiece, unfortunately. While Jabba was incomplete, there are still tons of great complete minifigures left in this lot, including another Scout Trooper. That is the second one we've gotten in this lot, and next up we have a pair of original Padmes. This version appeared in 2 of the earliest LEGO Star Wars sets and go for about $5 a piece now. And I think this is the first time I've ever gotten these 2 Padmes in the same lot. Next up we have 5 Super Battle Droids. These are all in pretty good shape, and one is missing an arm. And next we have another First Order Snowtrooper, bringing our total to 3 for this lot. Next we have Clone Pilot Captain Jag from the ARC 170 Starfighter. He's got the wrong headpiece right now, but our next minifigure is fully complete and in great condition. This Stas Ali minifigure only ever appeared in the Homing Spider Droid set of 2013 and is worth around $30. Next up we have some more duplicate minifigures, including another original Darth Maul. And unfortunately for Maul, there are 3 more original Qui-Gon Jinns in this lot.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Next up, we've got a pair of astromech droids, including R5-D4 and R2-Q2. Next, we have a Tatooine Luke Skywalker, and he will be trained in the way of the mutton chops by the Obi-Wan we saw earlier. Next, we have 2 standard battle droids, bringing our total B1 amount to 5. Next, we have a Phase 1 clone pilot, and this one is from that 2013 gunship that we mentioned earlier. And we have another amazing clone trooper from that set, the Phase 1 clone captain. This is a very sought-after clone trooper, and he sells on average for $47 in used condition right now. We got another another young Anakin Skywalker, as well as another Umbaran soldier minifigure. This one is unfortunately missing his helmet, and I think I have an idea of how that may have came off. Next, we have 7 total vintage Rebel pilot minifigures that are kind of mixed and matched between them. We basically got an entire Rebel pilot squadron in this lot, which is just awesome. Next up, we have an Imperial snowtrooper, as well as parts to the Padawan Anakin that is supposed to come in that 2013 gunship. That is not the correct torso, unfortunately. It would have been very nice to get all of the 2013 gunship minifigures fully complete. We do have a few more great complete minifigures though, including the Special Forces Commander from the Yoda Chronicles. This next clone is a mixture. It's got the Phase 1 Clone Sergeant helmet with the Horn Company Clone Trooper torso. We've got another Sith Empire Trooper, as well as one more complete Phase 1 Clone Trooper. There haven't been too many Clone Troopers in this lot, but we definitely got some really good ones. Before we get into the spare parts, there is one more complete Jedi minifigure, and that is Coleman Trebor. This Jedi Master appeared in the 2013 ATTE and sells for over $40 now, and he definitely adds to the already great list of Jedi we've gotten in this lot. We are left with some pretty interesting incomplete minifigure parts, as well as a bunch of extra accessories. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I got tons more unboxing videos on the way. As always, thanks for watching.